what is your thought on Russia's involvement in World War II, particularly since they started by a peace treaty with the Nazis?
Yeah. We know from history they weren't a country that we remained allied with, but like you said, they were such a big contribution of the Eastern Front. Just the fact that Germany was fighting a two-front war, they really took a lot of the pressure off us by doing that.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Russia's battle.
I'll put some hairs on your chest.
Oh, man. Sake. Yeah. The Japanese committed some serious atrocities, like some really horrible stuff. I didn't even know they existed until I was in my late 30s. Why are we not talking about the Japanese atrocities?
There's a lot of reasons for that. The Pacific Theater in general is somewhat underrepresented in history. We don't talk about it as much. And maybe that's just because it was smaller in relationship to the fighting in Europe that involved so many different countries and people from around the world. Maybe there are some tough questions for Americans to answer with the dropping of the bombs and stuff. Maybe that's an uncomfortable topic for some people. It's not as cut and dry as the fighting in Germany, where we can point to, okay, they were committing these atrocities, we invaded and took them over. Yeah, and the Japanese atrocities, they don't get covered as much. Maybe it wasn't always atrocities they were committing against people who are as relatable to us. It wasn't against
the Chinese, which are not American.
Exactly.
Well, this to me is cheers to my grandmother, who told me there was no reason to visit the Pearl Harbor Memorial because there'd be so many Japanese people there, and they were the ones who did it. It's an old generation. You ready?
Let's do it.
Cheers. So, now we're on to, of course, the best, which is not the best. I suppose it's the best tasting if you're a cowboy in the late 1800s and there's nothing else to drink.
Right.
Jack Daniels, representing America.
Yeah.
Greatest country in the world.
Daniels.
If World War II were to start all over again. So it never happened, but it happened now. Even though you have a lot of people my age and older referring to this generation as weak and lazy and whatever, do you think we'd rise up again and have an alternate version of the greatest generation that was actually 2024?
Right. I don't think there's anything about the people back then, physically and as they were, that made them better equipped than people now to fight that war. But I will say that I don't know if young people today are as patriotic and as willing to answer a cause like that and go fight. I would like to think my generation of 20-something-year-olds would rise to the occasion and go fight a war like that and have the same result. But I don't know, it might be harder to rally people for a cause like that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bonus. America being number one, we have to do more than one shot of the American.
Twist my arm. That's good. That's the bonded stuff.
It's actually not terrible.
Bonded whiskey historically was very important. Back when just anyone was brewing whiskey and you didn't know if it was going to make you go blind or something. The bonded stuff, that was government approved. They aged it in a secured warehouse or whatever.
I didn't know that.
And nowadays, the restrictions are a little less. I think it just means it's 100 proof and approved by the government.
Government bonded warehouse for at least 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
You have a good day?
I had a great day.
It's fun?
I had so much fun. I love it here. It's going to be hard to go back to Ohio after this. I'll be sad on that plane ride home. But thanks so much for bringing me out here.
I appreciate you coming out. I just have one last question. What's next for World War Wisdom?
I think more high-quality, long-form content and more finding new ways to make history exciting and interesting to people and not just something relegated to the textbooks.